Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. This is another review for The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 15, Episode 12, Sex, Lies, and Video Phones. I like that title. Anyway, only because it sounds so salacious, don't it? So Kandi, she heads back to Atlanta. You know, Kandi has jobs. So she's out of there. She was there for all of a day. All of a day. And didn't do nothing. I mean, do you think I'm flying? I mean, she got to get the... This was also a job and an obligation. I think they have to go on the cast trips. At least one or two days. And so she was there for 24 hours. I just feel like it was just that would just be such a waste. I'd be like, listen, I just have to cut my losses, because I'm not flying all the way to Portugal. And she had diarrhea, vomiting, all of that, the whole 8 hours over, just to get in town and do nothing. No. No, Kandi, you really wasted your time. You ain't, I mean, you could have stayed home for that. You could have stayed home. Anyway, Kenya, she's up, you know, she's walking, and she's just so blessed to be walking, because we didn't know if Kenya would ever walk again. You know, it was just for a minute there. For a minute there, we didn't know. We didn't know if she would ever walk again, and so thank you, Lord, she can walk. Thank you, Lord, she can walk. Mayetta drops by her room. Kenya got word from Kandi. That was every bit of sarcasm. I have to throw that out there, because some people might have thought I was being real serious and empathetic. Child, please. Mayetta drops by her room, and Kenya shares that she got word from Kandi. You know, Kandi called her after Kandi left the slumber party with the girls, and Kandi has called everybody. She called Cynthia. She called Kenya. She called Latoya. She called everybody. She called everybody that was there, you know, for Bolo night, to confirm her story, because she know what she saw. You're not gonna tell me that I didn't see what I saw. Kenya also saw it. Kenya said she saw them this close and their heads was moving like this. It was giving slobbing down. So Drew is lying. But we know that. We know she's lying. I just don't understand why. I think her mom is a pastor. And so she is very, she's heavily in the church. And so because of religious reasons, I feel like she doesn't want to be publicly saying that she out here kissing women. And I can respect that. I can respect that. I can respect not wanting to share that part of your life, you know, with the world, you know, because right now she got too much respect for her mama to do all of that. And it doesn't look good during a divorce for you to have infidelities in the past and that sort of thing. And so, listen, respect her wishes that she don't want to talk about it. The fact that Kandi is pressing it, I don't really like that. Granted, don't lie about it, Drew. Don't lie about it. Especially when you are met with, you know, the facts and everybody is saying they saw it and all of that. There's no reason for you to just... Listen, Drew say, keep the lie alive. Keep the lie alive. Keep it alive. But I really want Kandi to respect that lady's boundaries. I would take that as a boundary. The fact that you... Because this is sexuality we talking about. You know? And you just can't drag people out of the closet. Like, you can't do that just because you saw it. Now, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Okay? Mayetta, she tells her, you know, what else was on Marlo's footage. And she says that Marlo sent the video that she sent the recording to Latoya, and Latoya sent it back to Drew. Now, Latoya is also saying it's not true, and she want to clear her name. And it's like, wait a minute, girl. Because you done already said out your mouth that you guys had shared an intimate moment. So I'm trying to figure out why you trying to backpedal now. Now you trying to pull the wool over our eyes like we didn't see what we saw at the reunion. You said it. You can't say that it didn't happen now. Like, what's going on? This is strange. And I want this to be the last time we talk about it. I want us to just completely dead the situation. Just leave it in Portugal. Leave that whole conversation in Portugal. We're not, but I wish that we would. It's almost like and they bringing up Bolo. It's just like that Bolo situation. It's like, why do y'all always try to shame each other for, being fluid or whatever? Why is this always the running storyline over here with the Atlanta girls? It's always, oh, but I heard you want to eat my pussy. Oh, but they was telling me you want to eat my coochie. Oh, so and so kissed so and so. I mean, come on. It's run stale. And but that was in my Kiki Palmer voice. It has run stale. Y'all remember that? When she was on that show. What was the name of that show? It was a ballroom. It was a ballroom themed reality show, and the ballroom girls would come and compete, and she was one of the celebrity judges. I cannot remember the name of the show. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So LaToya and Drew, they're both lying about this. I don't understand. Anyway, Marlo and Sonya, they're also in another room. They're laughing about this whole situation with Drew, because Marlo like, well, damn, we done made up. Now we gonna like, listen, we done took some steps back. Now I don't know what's going on. She really ain't worried about Drew being upset with her for recording what she did. In her mind, she was just doing her job, because we all know when they go on these trips, the production always wants them to continue filming after they wrap, and after them people leave and all of that. They still want them to have them phones out capturing whatever moments they can capture. And so her thing is, I wasn't trying to get her to spill no tea. I wasn't trying to get her in a lie or nothing like that. But I mean, she was lying. And I mean, she is. She really is. Drew, she sent a text to LaToya asking if they had kissed, and LaToya said no. Again, why y'all lying? And how much you pay her? How much you pay her to say no? Sheree, she's confused, because Sheree is like, because Sheree sorry about this. Sheree and Drew are talking downstairs. Like they met in the lobby a little bit earlier before everybody else came down. And they're talking. And Sheree is confused because Candy called her too. Candy saw it with her own eyes. So like, what are you saying, Drew? Drew is adamant. She did not do this. She did not do this. She say, I don't know why Candy lying. Candy lying because I didn't kiss that girl. She think maybe Candy trying to butter her up, for the movie that they about to do. So she gonna reach for the stars with that one. Girl, enough. Please. Lying. Stop lying. It was a kiss. You act like you was really, like y'all was hunching or something. I mean, I don't think people gonna be too ruffled by knowing you kissed a girl. Girl, we don't care. We don't care. And I don't think your mama would care. Maybe she would care. Your pastor mama, bishop mama would probably care. But I mean, you're way too grown to let that affect you, in your day to day. But anyway, it's not my life. Back in King's room, Mayetta shares what else happened. She's like, it was some more stuff going on. It was kind of like who got who back. It was very weird. It was giving collusion, as it pertains to Sonya, Sheree, Marlo, and Courtney. She feels like they're trying to like pull her over on their side, and it for her it was weird, and she felt like she should share that with Drew. Kenya, she's Kenya gonna give her best mean girl voice in her confession. It was funny. I don't think that Courtney is smart enough to realize that she's just being pulled and tugged in whatever direction. And I feel like they can say whatever they want to her and she'll just accept it. Woo. And and Courtney is just, sitting up really, because this is supposed to be your cousin. It was my cousin a few weeks ago. And now, you on the Marlo train. And everybody that's on the Marlo train is it's very like minion like, Not Sheree so much. Sheree ain't nobody's minion. But she can be, she can behave like a sheep, just like the rest of them. Like just falling in line. Anyway, the ladies meet downstairs. Like I said, Kenya is so blessed to be walking because, seriously, guys, we didn't think that she would walk again. They get on the bus and they head on to their destination. They're going to do a sound bath, lunch, all of that. On the ride over, Kenya shares that she was diagnosed because they asked, what was the diagnosis? She says it was trauma. Courtney say more like drama queen. Courtney got her little few digs in on this one and it's in her confessionals, but will you be ready at the reunion? And I think she will be because she proved in this episode that she will and can go toe to toe with Kenya. She's not backing down. You're not gonna sun her. You're not gonna punk her. She's gonna absolutely say how she feels. And it is what it, and I don't think Kenya likes it. I think Kenya felt like she should be more cowardly because she's Kenya Moore. And you coming up against Kenya Moore, so you better back down. Courtney's thing is, bitch, I don't give a fuck who you are. I'm Courtney. Get into her. Go ahead, Courtney. Kenya want to hear Mayetta rap. I want Mayetta to never rap again. I do appreciate her going on ahead and doing it, because don't shy away. You got to show up to work, show these people why you deserve to be here, and I think that's why she just went on ahead and did it. She used to be a radio personality, and so she spit a few bars for them or whatever, and I can, like I said, I can say good for you for showing up for work, showing up and doing something in the scene. I don't know why, but they split up halfway and get in separate cars. And Kenya and Drew and Mayetta are in one car, of course. And Kenya, she's just asking, so what's the vibes like with you and Courtney? Like, what's going on? Y'all good today? Drew says they hugged or whatever, but it's kind of standoffish just a little bit. Kenya's planting seeds just as much as Signing him over there planting seeds with Courtney. Because Kenya don't like Courtney, so that's just what that is. Courtney, she's talking about Courtney ain't been riding for you, but she been snatched by the body snatchers. Anyway, they arrive at their little location. They get the sound bath going. Sheree says she's thinking about her grandbaby and the family or whatever. Saya, she says she's thinking about her sisters. Well, her sister, she got to make it right with her baby sister. Drew is thinking about Ralph and his sorry ass. Kenya, she's thinking about Brooklyn, and Kenya is really moved by this experience. This is thinking about Brooklyn and how happy Brooklyn has made her and all of that. She wants to give Brooklyn a sibling. Marlo thinking about Scott Lee and oxtails and lobster. Afterwards, they do their little, 5-minute meditation, whatever. Kenya is crying. She is just, like I said, she's moved. She is crying. The lady had to pull her to the side, like, what's going on? What's the tears about? Kenya's just like, I was just thinking about my daughter and what did I do to deserve her? I was like, ooh. I mean, listen, I get it. And I love how much she loves her baby. It's more so rooted in that, in her own childhood trauma and her mother abandoning her, which is why she it's not like she overdoes it, but this is like, she love that baby. She love that baby. She gonna give that baby all the love her mama never gave her. So that's what that was about. Um, they taking inside for dinner, and Mayetta, she brings up, that they had fun, and of course, Sheree, until we didn't, until we weren't having fun. So let's go ahead and go there. Kenny want to know, oh, well, what happened? Because she wasn't there. Candy, she said Candy insinuated that, there was some girl on girl conversation amongst the group, and people in the group didn't want to fess up to what they had already done. And Sheree, she asked who it was, and Candy immediately blurted out, Drew. So again, Candy, you were wrong. In this whole scenario, you are not accountable. Now, Drew, you're lying. And so that's your problem. Candy, you flat out drugged that lady out the closet, and she ain't ready to come out yet. She ain't ready to do all this. Like, especially when when she thought that this would never be brought up again. I'm sure she thought that was over with. I mean, I did. I don't know why we going back to this. I don't know why would y'all be sitting up talking about this, and then why are you trying to get me to own up to it? It's just very, I don't know. I don't like the way that tastes. Marlo, she did some recording, but also Mayetta did some recording. Come to find out, a few of them had their phones out, but Mayetta said when she heard put the cameras away, no cameras, she put her camera away. Marlo continued to film, and she sent it to someone outside of the group. Drew feel a way about Marlo recording it. Like her whole thing is Marlo's a snake. Marlo can't be trusted. And Marlo's thing is, but you're lying. You're denying it, and I just don't understand. Like we don't get why you're lying. She apologizes for recording too. Eventually I don't remember when this was, but she does apologize to her, for actually recording her. But it's like, girl, still, why you lying? Who lying then? Who lying then? Because y'all still telling me that it didn't happen, and I know I saw what I saw. Kenya asked a question. She asked Courtney if she would like to say something to Drew about the conversation she was having with Sonya and him last night. And Courtney's like, no. If there was anything I needed to say, I would have said it, or it's already been said. No. Mayetta was like, I mean, it was kind of giving, she throws that word collusion out again, and Sonya disagrees. She don't like that word. What you mean? You've been watching CNN? Like, what you mean collusion? Production has to ask each of them in their confessional, what does the word collusion mean? They're all like, I mean, like when you come together to do something to somebody, Drew gonna look it up. Drew gonna always pull that phone out and just Google. She is not shamed in not knowing everything. And listen, we don't all know everything. If you the smartest person in the room, please stay out the room. Please stay out the room. If I'm there, I can't stand the smartest person in the room, because they always gotta let you know that they're the smartest person in the room. Whole time you're not. Anyway, Courtney, she kind of interrupts Kenya, because Kenya's about to explain what went down. And Courtney's whole thing is, you weren't there, so why are you talking about it? They have this back and forth. Kenya tell her to shut up and everything. Courtney's like, what you gonna do about it? Kenya like, girl, I'm not, what, you want me to fight you? I'm not finna fight you. Girl, shut up. Kenya be paying the people dust. She really, I don't know why she keeps poking at Courtney, and vice versa. Like, I don't know what that is. But Kenya, she don't see it. She don't see it for Courtney. And she did this to Portia when Portia came around. When Portia came about. Well, I think was Portia there before her? No, Portia came after her. I think the season after her. Either way, this is the same exact treatment. It's the same exact treatment that Portia was getting. Anyway, they have this back and forth. Yeah, like, I'm not gonna do the verbatim, but Sheree said they messing up her scene. And so she get up and she gonna leave. They're so embarrassing. She's crying and everything. Like, girl, what? You just wanted to redirect. You wanted to redirect everyone's attention back to you because it's your trip, all of that. Cause you're the one brought up last night. And what Candy said and what was going on and all of that. And now that it's heightened and escalated, now you want to run away with your cocktail telling them that they're the embarrassment. No, Sheree. No. Embarrassed. And then to tears, no less. She's a mess. Anyway, Courtney and Marlo, of course, chase after her. While the rest of the ladies, they just pack up, to head on back. Drew over there like, watch your phones, hide your kids. Kenya says, nah, it's your cousin that's the snake. Your cousin Courtney is the snake. That's who you need to be watching out for. Drew pulls Courtney aside, so they can have a one-on-one conversation about it. She just wants to warn her about Marlo. I know you're getting snuggled up over there, but just watch. You better watch. Courtney doesn't understand why Marlo is getting all the smoke, for recording what went down, because Mayetta had her phone out as well. And it's like, girl, it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. And she put her phone away once it was no cameras. Marlo continued to record y'all. And she was being messy about it. She had every intent to send it to whoever she was going to send it to. And to stir up whatever she wanted to stir up. Which is exactly what she did. So let's not. Sonya ends up holding Marlo accountable. We do see her do that. And go ahead. We can appreciate you doing that. Telling her, no, you was wrong for that. You were wrong for that. The ladies, they get dressed for a night out. Marlo, Courtney, and Sonya, they meet in Marlo's room. And of course, they're going to give their version of events while Kenya, is giving hers. In Kenya's story, Courtney's the villain, of course. Courtney yelling and waving hands and stuff. And over there in their room, it's the opposite, of course. Mayetta, she feels like she, because Sonya thinks Mayetta's intentions were, to be shady and going back to Drew and sharing with her that it was a collusion against her. And that's not what it was. They feel like, we're not trying to tell you who to be friends with. Like, that's your cousin. We're not going to tell you not to stop talking to us. Nothing like that. It's looking like that. It's looking like that. Sonya feel like Mayetta might have put a little salt on it when she brought it back to Drew. But she just saw them going hard at Courtney about Drew. So that's what she relayed. They get to dinner. They're talking. Drew says she's in counseling. Ralph is no longer showing up to counseling, so she gets some counseling. It's just really, I wish she'd just gone and spill it. Just go on and share, girl. Just go ahead and share. Anyway, Kenya, she asked if anybody called Candy. Of course, Mayetta has. She has been on the line with her. She spoke to her. She and Drew, they gonna talk later about, what happened. Apparently Marlo, she didn't just send the text. She said she didn't just send the text to expose Drew, but to show LaToya, that Drew be talking about her behind her back and all of that and how she really feels about her. And Marlo was like, yeah, basically that's what it was. And Mayetta's kind of taking it back like, oh, but you left that part out. Why didn't you mention that? Come on. By now, it's not trivial. It's not trivial at all. Marlo recorded you all's conversation, got Drew lying about kissing LaToya, sent it to LaToya like, girl, y'all, why she lying about you? Because you done already said that y'all kissed, so why she lying about you? She did it to keep it going. She got to keep it going. She doing her job. And so let's not act surprised when she left that little tidbit of information out. Mayetta, come on. Let's act like you know where you are. Sonya addresses Mayetta for for going to Drew with, with their private conversation. She says, just like I feel like Marlo was wrong for recording a conversation and sending it to Latoya, bringing it to her like that, I feel like it's wrong for you to use the word collusion and when you running information back to Drew. Mayetta stands on it. It looked like collusion. I don't know what you want me to say. It was very alliance. Marlo apologizes, but still Drew, who lying? We still don't know. Drew says, worry about you and your legal affairs. Worry about passing a drug test. Do you guys think that she can pass a drug test right now? And Marlo is like, I probably couldn't. Drew is mad. And Marlo, of course, is just, this is shits and giggles for her. This is fun. It's very unproductive. Very unproductive. The word karma is brought up, and Mayetta, she's like, what does that mean? Because I heard someone said that Kenya's fall was her karma. And Mayetta always, someone said, because someone, girl, when it comes to carrying a bone, you can go on and say where you heard it from. Just go on and say where you heard it from. Don't sit amongst this group of people in front of said individual and act like you're not talking about them. Someone said, it's very, gives passive aggressive, because girl, just go on and say who said it. What you mean someone said? We all know who it was. Courtney know it was her, And Courtney, she stand on it. She specifies what she said, what was said, and Kenya's like, I could have easily, not gotten up from that fall. Really, girl? Because it was that bad of a fall. We saw how you fell. If anything, that hip got a bruise on it. And that's it. So to say that is horrendous. It's horrendous. Courtney is not to be vilified, and so again, we're not gonna do this. She brings up the horrendous things that Kenya has done in the past. So now we tit for tat. And everybody's over it. Let's not. Whew, it's the last day, and they're headed to a winery. Taste some wine. They taste some wine. While they're tasting the wine, Marlo gets a text from Ralph. Ralph done text her, keep my name out your mouth, basically. Drew done already relayed everything that was said to her the night before, because Marlo was on her, because now we have to do when we're doing the back and forth with Marlo, it's always, oh, well, how do you make your money? What do you do? You're an ex-felon. It's the same old. Marlo's thing was, I do the same thing your husband do. He in tech, I'm in tech. Because we don't know what he does either. And so it was just another dig. And she felt like, don't be talking about my husband. So she told her husband. Her husband, I guess he think he checking Marlo. Marlo say, I ain't going to text your husband back because that's a man. But you can tell him, since you done already relayed some messages, relay this message. Relay this. Child, Drew, if you don't get your man, please. And did she text him right then and there to say, you check Marlo right now, the cameras are rolling? Because Drew was on her phone at the same time. Anyway. Drew, she's about to address this situation. It's about to go left. So Kenya, not here. Please, guys, not here. Let's not. Let me stop you there. Don't. You can address her on the bus ride back. But right now, can we please just enjoy this wine? They have their wine. They have a time. The people come out and do a dance. Drew thought they was pilgrims. It was so nice when the pilgrims came out and they did that little dance. She know good and daggone well them ain't no pilgrims. If you don't know anything being black in America, you know what a damn pilgrim is. And you know what they give as far as garb, you know, and aesthetic. That was not given Pilgrim. That was given the people in the village, you know. Who Drew? They all agree, you know, in their respective confessional that this healing trip ain't heal shit. They do the TikTok cuff it challenge with the people, with the townspeople and everything. You know, it's cute. It's cute. They end on a high note. It's gonna go down when we get back, of course. I'm sure we continuing this conversation because, of course, Candy and Drew gonna have to sit down and talk about Drew's lies. We finna drag this a couple more episodes, I'm sure. Anyway, until next time, guys. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby, and I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.